Ever imagine a future where technology could help farmers with some of the really big challenges they face? We're
Right.
talking AI that can diagnose plant diseases like crazy fast.
Yeah, faster than you can say photosynthesis for sure. And it's not some like far off thing. It's real. It's happening right now.
So today we're doing a deep dive into all of that, these AI plant doctors. This has huge implications, obviously, for farmers, but really for anyone who eats, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it impacts everyone.
Okay, so imagine you're a farmer. You're depending on a healthy harvest, right? Provide for your family to sell and keep your farm running. And then suddenly you notice something's off with your crops.
Right? And plant diseases, they can be just devastating. We're talking like massive losses, which of course, jeopardizes the livelihoods of a lot of people.
And then by the time you actually see something, like visible symptoms, it might be like way too late to do anything about it.
Exactly. Early detection is key, which is where this AI comes in. This is like the big thing.
Yeah. AI is the hero of our story today. So how does it actually work? Like how can AI diagnose a plant disease?
Okay, so you can think of it almost like facial recognition, but for what ails your plants. So you take a picture, right,
Wow.
of a leaf that looks kind of suspicious, and then that image gets analyzed against this huge database of plant diseases.
So instead of a farmer having to like send something off to a lab and wait, I don't know how long for the results, they could get an almost instant diagnosis right there in the field.
Sometimes even more accurate than human experts can provide, which is kind of wild, honestly.
Yeah, that's incredible. But what about really large farms?
Well, yeah, this isn't just for like small gardens or anything. This technology can handle like massive amounts of data. We're talking thousands, even millions of images.
So it can handle like analyzing an entire farm.
Pretty much. And that actually brings us to Pharmanon.
Okay, tell me about them.
So they're a company that's using AI to analyze crops, get this, from space.
Wait, from space? Okay, now how does that work?
So they've developed this, it's like an AI-powered satellite system, and it's constantly monitoring farmland, like from orbit.
Hold on, so they have satellites up in space that are taking pictures of farms.
Yeah, high-resolution images that can like show these really, really subtle details. And it's not just, regular pictures. These satellites, they use all these different wavelengths of light, including some that like we can't even see.
Okay, I have so many questions. So they use like special cameras to spot problems like way before you can actually see them with just your eyes?
That's exactly what they do because these wavelengths, they can detect changes in like the chlorophyll content of the plants or the moisture levels,
Hmm.
all of which can be really early signs of disease.
Wow. So it's like a constant health checkup for your crops, but from thousands of miles away. That's incredible. So how does that compare to the traditional methods of disease detection?
Well, with the traditional methods, you have to like visually inspect everything, right? Which can be super time consuming
Mm.
and expensive.
And you have the human element too. Like, what if the person misses something?
Exactly. There's room for human error.
Yeah.
But this Pharmanon system, it eliminates all of that. It's so much faster. You can cover these huge areas in minutes. And the accuracy is, well, it's pretty amazing.
And it's only getting better, right? Because the AI is constantly learning.
Exactly. With each analysis, it learns and gets even more accurate.
And I imagine that speed and accuracy lead to some pretty big benefits for the farmers.
Oh, absolutely. But it's not just about identifying a sick plant. The impact of this technology goes like way beyond that. It has the potential to, I don't know, revolutionize how we grow food in general.
We're back and ready to dive back into this whole world of AI plant doctors. Before the break, you were saying that this technology, it's not just about like identifying a sick plant. There's a much bigger impact here, right?
Yeah, for sure. We're talking about like a complete shift in how we approach growing food.
Okay, so walk me through it. What kind of impact are we talking about exactly?
Well, let's start with precision agriculture. So imagine like knowing exactly which plants are affected by something, what the exact problem is, and being able to treat just those plants, like super targeted treatment.
That makes a lot of sense. So less waste, fewer pesticides, which of course is better for, the environment and probably better for the farmer's bottom line too, right?
Exactly. And it's not just about treating existing problems. AI can actually help predict crop yields too.
Wait, really? Tell me more about that.
So the AI can look at the plant health, the soil conditions, even like weather patterns, and it can give farmers these really, really accurate predictions.
So no more guessing games for the farmers. That's huge.
Right. And that means farmers can make better decisions, for their businesses. They can optimize their resources and kind of plan for the future more effectively.
That's incredible. It's like having a crystal ball, but for your crops.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And, remember how we were talking about the AI analyzing different wavelengths of light? Well, that data, it doesn't just reveal diseases. It can tell us a lot about the soil, too.
Interesting. So it's not just about what we see above ground. This AI is going deeper, analyzing like the foundation of healthy crops.
Exactly. So, for example, let's say there's like a nutrient deficiency in the soil. AI can detect that early on, which gives the farmers time to fix it before it becomes a huge problem.
So it's all about early detection and prevention. I like it.
That's what it's all about. And get this, some AI systems are even getting so good that they can actually identify pests just from the images. Or if not the pests directly, the damage patterns they leave behind, which is like next level stuff.
So the AI is like this crop detective uncovering all of these hidden clues. That's wild. It's giving the farmers so much information that they just didn't have before.
And the best part is that all of this data, right, the diagnoses, the predictions, the soil insights, it can all be like combined.
Yeah. To give farmers like a complete picture of what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's like having a digital command center for your entire farm.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, even a few years ago, this was unimaginable.
Totally. So this technology, it's not just for like the big industrial farms, right? Smaller farms could benefit too.
Absolutely. And honestly, this technology has the potential to really empower smaller farms all over the world. It gives them access to like tools and insights that they haven't had access to before.
And that's huge. When we talk about global food security and making sure everyone has enough to eat, these smaller farms, they're a really important part of that.
Yeah, they're essential. So
Yeah.
giving them the tools to be more successful, I mean, that could have a ripple effect on communities all over the world.
I love that. That's a really great point. It's not just about like technology for technology's sake. It's about using it to really make a difference.
Right, exactly. Think about it. Imagine AI predicting something like a locust swarm,
Hmm?
weeks before it happens. That would give farmers so much time to prepare and could potentially save millions of people.
That's incredible. The potential here is just, it's mind-blowing. But this is just the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, we're just getting started.
So what's next? What does the future hold for AI in agriculture? What are you most excited about?
Well, for me, one of the most exciting possibilities is AI systems that can predict disease outbreaks before they even happen.
Predicting disease outbreaks before they even happen, that sounds like, I don't know, almost impossible.
Well, it's getting closer to reality all the time.
Yeah.
So imagine AI analyzing all sorts of data, right? Like everything, weather patterns, what the soil conditions are like,
Yeah.
historical data about plant diseases, even like, those satellite images we were talking about.
And it puts it all together to like give a warning.
Exactly. It could alert farmers to a potential problem like way before a single plant even shows signs of being sick.
Wow. That kind of early warning, I mean, that could really change everything for a farmer.
Absolutely. They could take preventative measures.
Yeah.
Maybe save their whole harvest.
So what else is there? What else is coming down the pipeline, so to speak?
Autonomous crop management is a big one.
Okay, break that down for me. What is that?
Think think like robots, right?
Mm.
But these robots, they'd be equipped with, AI, advanced sensors, all that. And they would just like roam the fields and basically take care of things.
Wait, so you're saying like robots would be tending the fields for us someday?
Yeah, and they could identify like a sick plant and then administer a specific treatment, with
Right.
incredible precision.
No more long hours out in the fields for us humans. Sounds pretty amazing.
It's getting closer all the time.
Okay.
And it's not just, robots out there doing all the work. AI can actually help us develop new types of crops.
Okay, how so?
Think personalized crop varieties. So you could have crops that are like specifically designed for a certain region, maybe they're resistant to a disease that's common in that area, or crops that are like, optimized for a certain nutritional profile.
Oh, wow. So you're saying like custom designed crops almost. That's incredible.
Well, it's pretty amazing. And here's the thing, on a global scale,
Yeah.
AI could really help us track and predict like the spread of diseases across entire continents.
Which would be huge for preventing those like massive food shortages that we hear about.
Exactly.
Wow, so much to think about. I mean, we're talking about like really big challenges facing the world, right? Climate change, not enough resources, more and more people to feed. But with this AI, it kind of feels like we could be I don't know, entering a whole new
Oh,
world.
for sure. I think this is just the beginning of a whole new era in agriculture. It's not just about, growing more food. It's about figuring out how to do it better in a way that's sustainable and more equitable.
Exactly. Making sure everyone has enough to eat, that it's nutritious and affordable. That's a future worth working towards.
Absolutely. And I think the most exciting part of all of this is like we're really just getting started. We don't even know what's possible yet.
That's both exciting and a little bit scary at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But mostly exciting. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the world of AI and plant doctors. But if there was one thing you wanted our listeners to take away from this, what would it be?
I would want them to feel hopeful. AI, it's not a magic solution, but it's a really powerful tool. And if we use it in the right way, I think it can really help us, deal with some of the huge challenges that we're facing.
So well said. We have the potential to create a better future, a healthier future for everyone. And that's something worth striving for. And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. If AI can do all of this for agriculture, what other aspects of our lives, what other industries could it revolutionize in the years to come? That's something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.